What's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today we're going to be doing another comic book haul because you know how we do. So, before we get into the comic book haul, I just wanted to show you some of my preview books. I love picking these up, man. Definitely love these. I suggest these for you guys. I've been collecting these probably since like 2004. And I have a long box, or I can have a long box full of these. I actually don't have my collection of long boxes. I actually have them in trunks, old school. Like, it's hard to explain, but if you guys are old heads, you know what trunks are. I actually have them in one of those. So without further ado, let's get into our sponsor. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by my fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and plug one of my earlier videos. It's called Variants. And I definitely love that video. Definitely had fun doing it. I had so much fun doing it that I'm actually working on a part 2. Right after this video, I'm going to work on part 2 and get it ready for, to be released on YouTube. So yeah, just wanted to plug in that video before I got into the haul. So here's a cool look at some of the variants. This might be on variants number 1 or variants number 2 video, but definitely, that was one of my favorite videos to do. Besides my vacation in Orlando, I really love that video too. That was pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some comics, man. Okay, so the first book I wanted to show you is Weapon X number 1. This is the second printing. I know you guys have already seen this Greg Land cover, but I got into it because I'm anticipating the Hulk with Wolverine claws and adamantium and Domino's luck and healing factor and all that kind of crap. I'm kind of iffy on that story, but I said, hey, I always collect all my Weapon X number 1s because I'm a huge Wolverine fan. So I definitely had to add this to the collection. And I got it for 60 cents. So you can't beat that with a bat. All right, so let's move on. So this channel wouldn't be Direct Edition unless if I showed you some Harley Quinns. Definitely had to pick up this Harley Quinn's director cut. Because I know if I went any other time at any other place, any other comic book shop, they would have charged me an arm and a leg for this book. But like I said, Second and Charles was still having that beautiful sale, which I actually took advantage of for about 3 weeks. And I know I said on one of my videos I spent $30, but I actually caught that sale again after that video. So, man, when I tell you I have so many comics to show you, like I probably end up buying about 70 comics. So, yeah. So that would be $30 worth. So I bought more than that. I'm sorry. But this is Harley Quinn number 0 director's cut. Definitely had to have this for my Harley Quinn week 52 collection. And yeah, pretty cool. But not only did I pick up number 0, but I got number 17 for my Harley Quinn run. And that's Harley Quinn and her gangs of Harleys behind her. I really love this black and white cover. I thought it was pretty cool. Any Harley Quinn cover I like. But I'm definitely plugging in the holes and plugging in the gaps of my Harley Quinn run. Definitely, I'm a huge fan. But not only did I get number 17, but I was also able to snag Power Girl and Harley Quinn, or Harley Quinn and Power Girl number 1. When I tell you I've been looking for this book for a cheap price or a reasonable price, or if I just tell you I've been looking for this book, period, I finally got it. Harley Quinn and Power Girl number 1 at a cheap price, 60 cents. So you really can't, look at that like that's a small feat because, people are, it's way more crazier Harley Quinn fans than me. and they actually go ape nuts over this book. So I'm glad I was able to snag it. All right. So speaking of Power Girl, I might as well show you this Justice League of America Michael Turner cover. This is number 10 from August of 2007. I'm sorry. And that would be Power Girl, Black Canary, and Dream Girl. And it's funny because I thought Dream Girl was Fire from back in the days, the Death of Superman, the Green Girl, who actually, had the fire powers. But no, that's Dream Girl. So pretty cool cover. Definitely love Michael Turner. Rest in peace. He was taken too soon. And I think this cover is iconic, man. Definitely had to have it in my collection. So keeping up with Justice League, I definitely had to pick up this Justice League. This is a Jim Lee cover. This is Justice League number 4 from 2012. And the reason why I got this is because I'm a big Arthur Curry fan. And you definitely know I have to pick up the Throne of Atlantis. I definitely have to pick that one up, man. It's such a good story arc. I've read up on it so much, but I need to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy the trade paperback. So I don't think it's called the Battle of the Throne of for the Throne of Atlantis. I think it's called the Throne of Atlantis. But definitely love Aquaman. I think he's an underrated character. Hopefully the movie will put him back in the status that he needs to be. And yeah, look who he has at the bottom. Green Lantern. He has his, what do you call it? The trident pointed at Green Lantern's throat. How cool is that? Jim Lee, you can't beat that with a stick, man. Definitely had to pick this one up. And for you old school, crusty, dusty fans, we're going to kick it old school for a minute. Definitely had to pick up this Aquaman. When I saw him and Batman on the front cover, I thought it was very cool. This is from 1978, so this book is older than me. It's an old school crusty dusty, and the condition is actually not that bad for an old school book. And me being such a, extreme collector, comic book snob, I hate ticks and all that kind of stuff, but hey man, I'm gonna have to give myself a break when it comes to these old school crusty dusties and just, live the life of a comic book collector, not worry about, the ticks or whatever. And there's not that much ticks in this book, and it's from 1978, so that means the person that had this book actually loved on this book and kept it in pretty good condition. And this is a newsstand. Definitely glad to have this in my collection. When I bought it home and eBayed it, because I got it for like I said, I got it for about 60 cents. Most of these books I'm going to show you I got for 60 cents. When I got home and I put it on eBay, I was glad to see that this book at least starts off at $10. So definitely a good snag, old school crusty dusty for the collection. So I picked up this Red Hood and Arsenal number 1. I thought it was pretty cool. Whoever turned in their collection or, sold their collection to Second and Charles, they actually love their books because they kept them in Mylars. And a lot of the books I'm going to show you, they're Mylar books. Don't ask me why the person put regular books in Mylars. But hey, if I had the money or, if I had the time and money and I wasn't so cheap, I probably would put all my books in Mylars too. But, Mylars are pretty expensive, but they're beautiful. And if I could just show you how beautiful this book is, man, this camera is not going to do this book justice. But this is Red Hood and Arsenal number 1. Anytime you see anything Red Hood number 1, you better pick it up because your money is going to be on Jason Todd. He has a fan following just like Gambit, Nightcrawler. It's like, you're like, I didn't know this character was so popular, but yeah, Jason Todd is very popular. And like I said, most of his number 1s are going to be a good investment. And have you seen Batman Under the Red Hood, the animated movie? If you haven't, go and see it. The best Batman movie, animated movie I've seen thus far. Besides The Dark Knight Returns, I really like that one too. That was cool. But yeah, Red Hood and Arsenal number 1. Now here's another one in Mylar. And let me tell you guys, and girls, or girls, and guys, this is something that I did not want to do. I did not want to start collecting Secret Wars in single books because it's 8 of them. But when I saw this free comic book day Secret Wars #0, Alex Ross cover in a Mylar, I said, man, I gotta pick this one up, man. Definitely have to. But I definitely want the whole Secret Wars in a trade paperback or a trade hardcover. I prefer hardcover. So this Alex Ross cover is so beautiful. Free comic book day. I don't know where I was on this free comic book day because I didn't have this in my collection. And I thought it was pretty cool. But not only did I not stop at #0, but I had to get this beautiful copy of #1, man. This #1 is so beautiful. It doesn't do, like I said, the camera can't do this book justice. If I was actually take this out of the Mylar and hold it in my hand, you guys will actually see that the artwork rises off of the page. So I love it when they have books that pay attention to detail like that or give you more for your money. This would be a $5 book, and I could totally understand why. Because like I said, the artwork actually rises up off the page, and it's a beautiful wraparound cover. Sorry, it's not a wraparound cover, but it actually has an advertisement for Secret Wars #2 on the back. So not only did I get Secret Wars #0 and #1, but this is where I stopped at. I stopped at Secret Wars #2. Now, if I end up catching these Secret Wars for like on the cheap, like maybe I'll go for $1. If I find them $1 and cheaper, I'll definitely pick up all 8 of them. But I probably, you know how it is when you try to get 1 through 8 of a series that's been out since 2015, 2 years ago. So most likely I won't end up scoring on all 8 of them. So that's when I go ahead to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps. I just go to Amazon and pick up the whole trade. But love this #2 cover. This is a Thor corpse. And look at the bottom. If you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. Look at the frog Thor. That's hilarious. But yeah, man, that's my Secret Wars for right now. This is my run at Secret Wars. So I go in the comic book shop and I see this cover and I absolutely flip. Because I thought it was Clayton Crane, but it's actually Francesco Mattina. And I actually love this cover. Yeah, so I flipped when I saw this cover and I couldn't stop at just getting 1 of them. But I had to get 2 of the Edge of Venomverse. And if you know me, you know I really love X-23. Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to getting all of them. I said, Adam was like, hey, Fred, save 1 for the next person. I was like, hey, they don't do that for me, so I'm buying both. And I was like, hey, I'm actually helping out your shop by buying both of them right here on the spot. He was like, you know what? Go ahead and take them. So I told him all the Edge of Venomverses, go ahead and put them doubles in my box. So I'm definitely going to get doubles from now on. Yeah, I really like these Edge of Venomverses covers, so definitely had to pick up 2 #1s. But I didn't stop there. Oh, no. But I had to pick up 2 #2s, man. Definitely love that Gwenpool, man. This is the one that I've been waiting on. Definitely love Francesco Mattina's artwork. It's very similar to Clayton Crane. Man, I know you guys that own these know exactly what I'm talking about. These books are absolutely beautiful, man. And the new one that actually came out is the Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider is out right now. I should have 2 in my subscription box. If I don't, I'm going to get you, Adam. Archaic Comics, you hear me? You better have 2 in my box. But definitely, man, I'm going to pick up every cover of this. I'm a huge fan. I'm on board. Let's do it. So let's go back old school for a minute. This is Sensational She-Hulk #2. Definitely love this cover because she's breaking the fourth wall in it. This is from 1989. Let's go ahead and read what she's saying. She's saying, boy, Cousin Bruce sure had to put up with a truckload of weirdos in the second issue And she's actually reading the second issue of Incredible Hulk. How cool is that, man? Definitely love Sensational She-Hulk. The Sensational She-Hulk. I definitely want to get that Pulp Fiction cover in my collection. You guys that have that Pulp Fiction cover, you guys are so freaking lucky, man. I really like that cover, that Pulp Fiction cover. But anyway, definitely got to get the first appearance of Jennifer Walters. I love her, man. I think she's a very cool character. And yeah, just had to pick up this Sensational She-Hulk #2. So I said I'm going to pick up this Justice League Darkseid War #41 because I'm going to take a gamble and say this might be Grail's first appearance. Wah, wah, wah. I'm one book short. She's, I think her first appearance is #40. The reason why I couldn't look it up in Second and Charles is because Second and Charles has the most wackest internet connection. I feel like that Verizon wireless guy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? When people call me in that store, I literally have to go outside into the parking lot to talk to people and to also check on any comic book characters that I think it's their first appearance or to eBay Comics. So what I do when I go to Second and Charles, I kind of already know or already have a lot of comic book knowledge. So I was close, man. It wasn't 41. It was 40. But I'm still glad to have this in my collection. This is another one that I have to get in trade paperback or hardcover. And not bad, man. Not a bad pickup. You know, I'm not going to cry over money because, hey, we collect for the love of it. We don't collect for the money of it. You get what I'm saying? So, still glad to have this in my collection. Justice League Darkseid War #41. Very cool cover, man. So we're at the point in the video where you asked me, hey, Fred Hall Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And I'm reading a very small paperback. This is called Spider-Man King and Kingpin to the Death. Very cool book. Like I said, I just cracked it open, so I really haven't got too much to say about it right now because I haven't really um, got really into the meat and potatoes of the story. But it's very cool, man. And I'm very happy to be off this weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and crack this thing open some more and get more into it. So here's a cool look at the front of the book. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. Very cool. Spider-Man and Daredevil. And yeah. All right, let's get into some of your main events, which are very cool, man. All right, so you got 3 main events, and you're probably like, hey, Fred, why is this Wonder Woman #3, regular old comic book, part of your main events? The reason why this is part of my main event is because this book actually tells the origin of your girl Cheetah. And Cheetah is a huge Wonder Woman villain. And I definitely love this comic. I've always been kind of like, I'm not going to say I've always been looking for it, but I've been looking for it because around this time I really wasn't collecting comics when Rebirth first relaunched. And I really wasn't collecting around then, but I started collecting soon enough to get the Harley Quinn Rebirth #1. But as far as Wonder Woman, I wasn't able to pick that one up. So I'm glad to have Wonder Woman #3 in my collection. Like I said, this deals with the past of Cheetah, and it's cool, man. I always thought it was pretty cool. So being the fact that I was able to get Wonder Woman #3, you know, I actually end up getting this reordered through Archaic Comics. Excuse me. Yeah, like I was saying, I actually got this through Archaic Comics, Adam. And I was shocked that the next day when I went to Second and Charles to look through their uh, half off sale, I ended up finding Rebirth #1. Now, how lucky is that? I mean, this is not like a second printing. This is the first printing. So, very cool, man. Very happy to have this in my collection. Finally have it in my collection, and I'm able to bring it to you as a main event. And the thing about this #1 is it's going to be in my variants video, whether it be the #1 that I might release before this video, or it being the number 2, the one that's coming after this video. This actually has a second variant cover, which is very cool. Matter of fact, I might as well show you now. Yeah, here's the variant cover for it. So, very cool, man. I'm plugging in the holes and plugging in the gaps on my Wonder Woman run. Definitely love me some Princess Diana. All right, so let's get into your last main event. And boom, there you have it. So I'm thumbing through the books in Second and Charles. And this book, oh my God. When I saw this book, I actually screamed. I was like, oh my freaking God. And like, you ever had a comic book that you find in the shop, but you're still shopping, but you will not let that book go. You have a death grip over it, and you won't even put it down for fear that somebody might look through your stack and try to take it. Well, this was one of them. My God, I am so happy to have this in my collection. This is Teen Titans, The Lost Boys cover swipe. And this is one of the books that made me do a variant video. I definitely, man, oh my God. DC has 27 movie covers, and this is one of them. And I just thought this was just so beautiful, man. Because I just thought that only the X-Force did the cover swipes of movies, and let alone Lost Boys. I'm a huge Lost Boys fan, and this Teen Titans blew me away. I just thought it was so beautiful, man. And I picked that up to go with this, my Justice League Dark that goes with Beetlejuice, which was a main event in one of your previous videos. And like I said, both of these will definitely be in the variant and cover swipe video. I'm going to do a 2-part video to that. Number 1 is already in the books. I just haven't released it yet because I'm still doing some editing to it. And yeah, very cool, man. Definitely. That Teen Titans might be close to one of my favorite covers of all time, if not my favorite cover of all time. I really, really like that cover. The other one I want to get is a Superman Superfly book. So yeah, there you have it. One of the coolest main events you'll ever see on this channel. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You guys be safe out there. Remember words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love, on the ones that don't show you love. Hey, we're going to roll and do our thing without them. You guys be safe out there, and I will catch you guys later. Keep collecting. Peace. We at it again. Road Warriors. Head to the comic book shop. See my little town, Douglasville? All right, let's do it.